Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to look into square and cubic roots. Okay, so now there's a few things that we know how to do. So square means to the power 2, which means the number multiply itself 2 times. This number, the index, means the base number multiply by itself 2 times. Square means 2, cubic means 3. Okay, so 6 multiply itself 2 times, so 6 times 6 equals to 36. Okay, now 6 cubed means 6 times 6 times 6, which is 6 times 6, 36 times 6, 18, right, so 36 times 6. So 216. Okay. Cool. Now, those are square and cubics. The thing is, what are roots? What are square roots? Well, square roots is basically the opposite of square. Okay, that little 2 here. So square root is written like this. Normally, for square root, you have no number there. So no number means the 2 here is hidden. Because we use it so often, we can just ignore the 2 there. So 64. Okay. So you actually don't need to write the 2 there. So yeah. Now what multiplied by itself is 64? Correct. So 8 times 8 is 64. So the square root, the answer for this square root is 8. Well, what about negative 8 times negative 8? Negative times negative is positive, so you're still going to get 64. So the answer for a square root is normally positive and negative. Okay. Now, what times what is 1600? Okay, well, this is going to really be hard, eh? But what times what is 16? 4, yeah, 4 times 4. So 1600. If you try 40 times 40, you should get 1,600. So answer here is plus and minus 40. Okay. Sometimes bigger number can be the multiple of the small number. Okay. Now last one here. That one's a little bit hard. So you got I expand a little bit bigger. So this is 3 on top. We call that cubic root, which is opposite of a cubic. So some number multiply itself 3 times and you get to 64. That is a hard one, isn't it? But if you know your timetable as well, we know that 64 is 16 times 4. Which means is 4 times 4 times 4. So 4 times 4 times 4, which is, so now cubic root and the cubic cancel out is 4. Now this case though, if you got negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4, it's going to end up being negative 64. So for cubic root, you only have one solution instead of 2. Okay, for square you can be positive and negative. For square root, the answer could be positive and negative. For cubic root, it can only be positive or negative. Okay, so I think majority of you already know how to do this. So pause this video, try to see whether you can find the solution for all that. Once you're done, we zoom it again and we go through it together. Okay, so I assume you're done. So you know that 5 times 5 is 25. So the answer would be plus and minus 5. Don't forget plus and minus because you can be negative 5 as well. Now 3 times 3 is 9. So the answer is plus and minus 9. 1 times 1 is 1. So plus and minus 1. What times 121? 11 times 11. So the answer would be plus minus 11. 0. Well, 0 times 0 is 0, isn't it? But the thing is, this kind of not such a thing as positive and negative 0. You can write positive and negative 0, that's okay. But 0 is basically one and only. I'm just going to leave at 0. 9 times 9 is 81, so plus and minus 9. 7 times 7 is 49. 4 times 4 is 16. 2 times 2 is 4. Oh, that is plus and minus 12. And then 20 times 20 is 400. And then last one, 13 times 13. Okay, hope you get them all correct. Yeah, if you get them all correct, you should be okay with root. Now, let's move on. So how do root fall into BODMAS? Root can be included as a order as well. So basically bracket is always first, and then order, which means indices. Because root and indices basically the same, so you can do root here as well. Okay, and then multiplication together as division, and then addition together with subtraction. We follow this order, okay? But a lot of times when you do root with multiple number in the middle, we see that as a bracket as well. Let's go through all these three and hope you are okay with this, okay? Now, first one first. So do we have indices on all three numbers? So we can do these all three together. So 3 to the power 3 is 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So we've got 27 here. Now, in a lot of those calculations here, we take square root. When we do BODMAS with square root, we normally just take the positive value. We normally just take the positive and negative value when we solve an equation. Okay, so in this case, we only take positive. Okay, we just take the positive value of the square root. Yep. So square root of 9 is 3. And then plus 1 squared is 1. Okay. So now, because you only have addition and subtraction, you do from left to right. So 27 minus 3 is 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. I hope you get the first one right. Now, because we got multiple numbers inside root, there's a bracket inside root. So we need to do whatever inside a bracket first. Because bracket is before order. So now inside the bracket you got two roots. So you got indices and also plus. So that means we need to do indices first here because indices before addition. Okay, now 8 squared is 64. Plus we didn't touch it, so you leave it there. 6 squared is 36. Now 64. Oh, we are now having 100. So what would be our solution here? Square root of 100 would be 10. Okay. So again, when we do BODMAS, we only take the positive value. Okay. Now last one here. Oh, this one's going to be complicated. Again, if you have multiple number inside a square root, we do inside the bracket first. So that's the cubic root. It's the same as same method as square root. Okay. Now inside a bracket, you have a division as well. So basically, you got a big bracket. You got a bracket on top, 100 minus 28 over 9. Okay. So well, look like we need to do the numerator first. So 100 minus 28. 100 minus 28 is 72. So 72 divided by 9. Well, again, we need to finish whatever is inside the cubic root first because you got multiple numbers in there. So 72 divided by 9 is 9, isn't it? So cubic root, wait, 72 divided by... Oh, it's 8. Whoopsie. It's 8. And what times what is this? What times itself 3 times is 8. You probably have guessed it, is 2. So our answer is 2. Okay. Take a moment, digest it first before you move on. Okay. So once you're done, there's a few questions for you guys to do. Pause this video, give it a go yourself first, and then solve it. Okay. It says using a calculator to check, so do it first. Well, you don't need a calculator to check because I'm the calculator here. Okay. So pause the video, give it a go first, and then we go back, then do it together. Okay. I assume you're done. So let's do the first one. Again, we have all indices there, so we need to do them all first. So 3 squared is 9, 5 squared is 25, minus square root of 16 is 4. So we only have addition and subtraction left, so we just do from left to right. 9 plus 25 is 34, minus 4 is 30. B, 4 times, so indices first, so you need to do 4 squared first, so 4 squared is 4 times 4, 16. So 4 times 16 is 64. Okay. Now next one, all have index, so we need to do that first. A times A is 64, minus 0 squared is 0, plus 1 squared is 1. So it's basically 64 minus 0 is 64, plus 1 is 65. Okay, next, we do index before multiplication. So 1 times 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 9. 1 times 4 is 4, 4 times 9 is 36. Now, this one you need to do inside square root first because there's multiple number inside square root. Inside square root here is 5 squared minus 3 squared. So index first. So you got 5 squared as 25, minus 2 minus 3 squared is 9. Okay, so 25 minus 9 is 16. So square root of 16. So 4 times 4 is 16. So its answer is 4. Now in here, well, we both have, well, it is square root or power. So we do both of them first. 9 times 9 is 81. Minus 3 times 3 is 9. Oh, 0. Now in this one, again, we do index before multiplication and division. So we need to do the power first. So you got 36 divided by 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 9. Okay, so now we only have multiplication and division. We go from left to right. So 36 divided by 4 is 8. 8 times 9 is 72. Okay, now similar to this one, we do square root first for every single one. So square root 9 is 3, times square root 64 is 8, divided by square root 36 is 6. So 3 times A is 24, divided by 6 is 4. Now in here, we need to inside square root first because you got more than one number. Inside here, you got 12 squared, which is 144, plus 5 squared is 25. So you got square root of 169. Happen to be 13 squared. Okay. Now in here, okay, so we got square root and multiple number inside square root, so you need to do inside square root first. Now inside there you got a fraction and a bracket on top. When you have a fraction with terms on top or bottom, you basically need to put in a bracket. So let's do that first. So 100 minus 64 is 36. So square root 36 over 9. Okay, well, we can 36 over 9. What's 36 over 9? Is 4, yeah? So square root of 4, so the answer is 2. Okay. Next one is basically the same as the others. We need to do inside brackets first, or the numerator first. So square root of 9 minus 5 is 4 over 9. Well, we can't simplify this one, but this is something we can do. So we can square root the top and then square root of the bottom. If you have square root a fraction, you can square root the top and square root the bottom, okay? So you square root 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3. So your answer will be a fraction as 2 over 3, okay? Last one, so that means you need to do top and bottom as brackets. So bracket first. So I have to do bracket first. So 28 plus 4 is 32. On the bottom, you got 28 plus 22 is 4, so 50. Okay, well, I think we need to simplify it. So you need to divide by 2, divide by 2. So you got 16 over 25. Ooh. This one we can simplify. So it's square root of 16 over square root of 25. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 25 is 5. So the answer is 4 over 5. Okay, so I hope this was easy to understand. I give you 3 questions for homework, and it's from the textbook page 92. So you can check your answer after you're done. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.